Every time she made a mention to hip-hop culture, it was something that was wrong with it. And it was something that was on my CD that was the largest debut in hip-hop album. You're looking at it and you're saying that everything that's wrong with our culture is why I'm a success.
We out here in a game. This the money game. This ain't the black man's game. This ain't the white man's game.
It's
this
the money game. But
we in the money game. And you cannot
sacrifice
sacrifice yourself. The best thing you can do for poor people is not be one of them. You cannot help them.
What does the word scary mean? That is my question.
Well, you would frighten me.
Saying you are the manifestation of the new racism, and you have used the same pseudo-intellectual statistics to construct a racist position.
Thank you, caller. I'm sure you didn't know you did all that with one phone call.
In a recent revelation that sent shockwaves through Hollywood, rapper and entrepreneur 50 Cent has unleashed a scathing exposé on media mogul Oprah Winfrey, alleging a calculated scheme to undermine the careers of black men in the entertainment industry. With accusations swirling and controversy igniting, the spotlight now shines brightly on the intersection of power, race, and influence within Tinseltown's corridors. This bombshell disclosure has sparked intense debate, raising crucial questions about representation, accountability, and the complex dynamics of fame in an industry already grappling with issues of diversity and equity.
Wrong, but I was saying, if I can't be your friend, at least let me be your enemy. So
it's widely known that Oprah and 50 Cent haven't exactly been on good terms. In fact, they've stood on opposite sides of the fence for quite some time. Whether stemming from personal animosity or professional clashes, their relationship has been marked by a lack of agreement or understanding. During his ascent to stardom, 50 Cent harbored a deep desire to cement his success by gracing the stage of Oprah's iconic talk show. Such an opportunity held immense significance for the former drug dealer hailing from Jamaica, Queens. It wasn't merely about achieving personal validation, it was about showcasing to his grandmother, a devoted fan of Oprah, that he was transcending his tumultuous past and forging a path of productivity and achievement. A coveted spot on Oprah's show represented not just a milestone in his career, but a testament to resilience and transformation, a chance to affirm his journey from adversity to acclaim. However, when the proposal was presented to Oprah, she unequivocally expressed her disinterest in what 50 Cent had to offer. "She was completely against everything that was in my music," Jackson says of Winfrey's disdain for his lyrics about women and violence. "So she ain't never gonna have me on that show. I'm never going to reach that platform, which is confirmation of you being a huge success. So I just said, okay, if we can't be friends, then at least let's be enemies." After realizing that Oprah wouldn't extend an invitation to him, 50 Cent unleashed his trademark candidness on the talk show host. The rapper didn't hold back. He took aim at Oprah's fan base, questioning their allegiance, and to drive his point home, he even named one of his dogs Oprah. This brazen act served as both a jab at the influential figure and a bold statement of defiance, showcasing 50 Cent's refusal to be sidelined or silenced in the face of rejection. But there's more to 50 Cent's disdain for Oprah than just the snub. Rumors abound that she's been neglecting black artists while cozying up to none other than the snooty Hollywood elites. This alleged favoritism towards the mainstream establishment over artists of color has fueled speculation and discontent within the entertainment industry. It's not just a personal vendetta for 50 Cent, it's a reflection of broader concerns about representation and authenticity in an industry where diversity and inclusion should be paramount.
I've had girls at my school who were sexually assaulted and abused.
Adding to the intrigue, some of these elites reportedly include controversial figures like Harvey Weinstein and Jeffrey Epstein. For context, Oprah had a close relationship with Weinstein in the past, even extending him sympathy despite his egregious actions. This association raises eyebrows and questions about Oprah's judgment and priorities. Given Weinstein's well-documented misconduct and Epstein's heinous crimes, it's perplexing why Oprah would align herself with such individuals. It underscores deeper complexities within Hollywood's power dynamics and the moral quandaries faced by influential figures in navigating these relationships. Their friendship appeared remarkably warm, evident in numerous photos capturing moments shared between them. Some speculate that Oprah even persuaded certain actresses to associate with Harvey Weinstein. In fact, Rose McGowan took to Twitter to express her thoughts on the matter. I am glad more are seeing the ugly truth of it, Oprah. I wish she were real, but she isn't. From being pals with Weinstein to abandoning and destroying Russell Simmons' sick victims, she is about supporting a sick power structure for personal gain. She is as fake as they come. Hash lizard. Oprah had made previous attempts to address the Harvey Weinstein scandal, but her statements lacked the decisive clarity expected in such a serious matter. There was a noticeable reluctance to delve deeply into the allegations, leading many to speculate that she was attempting to shield him from the full force of public scrutiny. This apparent reluctance to fully condemn Weinstein's actions raises questions about Oprah's motivations and the extent to which she was willing to confront uncomfortable truths within her own circle of acquaintances.
I think that this is, I'm always trying to look for the rainbow in the cloud, whatever is the silver lining. And so I think this is a watershed moment.
Naturally, Oprah seems inclined to shift the narrative away from Harvey Weinstein's actions and onto broader issues. But it's crucial to address the stark contrast in her approach to individuals like Weinstein compared to figures like Michael Jackson. In early 2019, a documentary titled Untouchable shed light on Harvey Weinstein's alleged misconduct. Despite premiering at Sundance, it failed to garner significant media attention, with Oprah notably refraining from drawing any focus to the film. Yet when it came to the documentary about Michael Jackson, Leaving Neverland, Oprah took a different stance. She actively promoted it across various platforms and even hosted a special show following its airing. This decision sparked discussions about her motivations and the perceived selectivity of her actions. While she invited some of Michael Jackson's alleged victims to share their stories on her show, there were no apparent plans to extend the same platform to Harvey Weinstein's victims, prompting scrutiny into the consistency of her support for survivors of abuse. This stark contrast raised eyebrows and invited speculation about Oprah's seemingly protective stance towards her friend Harvey Weinstein, juxtaposed with her decision to shine a spotlight on figures like Michael Jackson. Adding an additional layer of intrigue to this situation was the undeniable fact that Harvey Weinstein was not just accused, but convicted as a criminal. His guilt was well established and widely publicized, with overwhelming evidence leaving no room for doubt about his actions. Given this undeniable reality, many questioned why Oprah seemed to avoid holding him accountable on her influential platform. The absence of any efforts to shed light on Weinstein's story or provide a platform for his victims was not just perplexing, but concerning. It opened the door to accusations of selective justice and raised serious questions about Oprah's commitment to amplifying the voices of survivors and confronting powerful perpetrators regardless of personal connections. One couldn't help but taste a bitter flavor in their mouth when considering the timing and circumstances surrounding Oprah's spotlight on Michael Jackson. It was significant to note that Jackson had passed away over a decade ago, leaving him unable to defend himself against the allegations brought forward on Oprah's show. This timing raised questions about the fairness of the platform afforded to Jackson's accusers, as well as the absence of opportunity for Jackson himself to address and refute the claims. Meanwhile, Harvey Weinstein remained alive and seemingly unscathed, despite numerous victims bravely coming forward to share their harrowing experiences. The question persisted: why did Weinstein's story not receive the same level of attention and scrutiny as Jackson's? This glaring disparity raised legitimate concerns about Oprah's motives and whether she was inadvertently justifying or protecting individuals with a history of reprehensible behavior. It underscored broader issues of accountability and the potential influence of personal relationships and industry dynamics on the pursuit of justice and truth. The stark contrast in the treatment of Michael Jackson and Harvey Weinstein cast a shadow of doubt over Oprah's intentions. It raised fundamental questions about her commitment to justice and her willingness to hold powerful figures accountable. With Weinstein's extensive list of victims and his criminal conviction, one would have expected him to be at the forefront of discussions surrounding abuse and misconduct. Yet Oprah's apparent silence on this matter left room for speculation and invited skepticism about her true intentions. The disparity in her approach fueled concerns about whether she was prioritizing personal relationships over principles of fairness and accountability, further muddying the waters of public perception. Amidst the swirling controversies surrounding Oprah Winfrey's association with notorious figures like Harvey Weinstein and Jeffrey Epstein, the online sphere erupted with outrage. The accusations leveled against the renowned TV personality reached a crescendo, with some going as far as accusing her of orchestrating a sinister ring. Such shocking allegations against Oprah forced her into a corner, compelling her to address the rampant rumors that had spiraled out of control. The intense scrutiny and public outcry highlighted the precarious position of public figures when their associations and actions come under such harsh scrutiny. It also underscored the power of social media to amplify and magnify controversies, often leading to widespread speculation and sensationalism. As Oprah found herself thrust into the eye of the storm, the need for transparency and accountability in the face of such allegations became more pressing than ever. Just got a phone call that my name is trending and being trolled for some awful fake thing. It's not true. Haven't been raided or arrested, just sanitizing and self-distancing with the rest of the world. Stay safe, everybody. Oprah Winfrey at Oprah, March 18, 2020. Additionally, in the past, 50 Cent has accused Oprah of targeting only alleged predators who are black while remaining silent on high-profile predators who are white. The rapper pointed to Oprah's controversial interview with Michael Jackson's accusers, Wade Robson and James Safechuck, as a prime example of this perceived bias. This allegation added another layer of complexity to the ongoing scrutiny surrounding Oprah's actions, and raised broader questions about the intersection of race, power, and accountability in media coverage and public discourse. The sit-down was broadcast following the premiere of HBO's Leaving Neverland, which delved into the long-standing accusations against Jackson. 50 Cent once wrote on Instagram, "I don't understand why Oprah is going after black men," 50 Cent posted on his Instagram page. "No Harvey Weinstein, no Epstein, just Michael Jackson and Russell Simmons." He then shifted his attention to Gayle King, Oprah's close friend, who conducted a televised interview with R. Kelly amid renewed outrage over his alleged abuses. "This shit is sad." Gayle hit R. Kelly with the Death Blow documentary. "Every time I hear Michael Jackson, I don't know whether to dance or think about the little boys' butts. These documentaries are publicly convicting their targets. It makes them guilty till proven innocent." His comment echoed widespread sentiments questioning Oprah's selective focus on black men accused of misconduct, while seemingly overlooking similar allegations against white counterparts. This public discourse further fueled the debate surrounding Oprah's intentions and her approach to addressing allegations of abuse within the entertainment industry. Speaking of Russell Simmons, Winfrey Executive produced a documentary for Apple TV Plus starring Drew Dixon, who was one of the first women to go public in the #MeToo case against Simmons. Dixon alleged that Simmons assaulted her while she worked for his record label, Def Jam Recordings. Following Winfrey's declaration, 50 Cent proceeded to call her out on social media, writing, "I just want to know why she's only going after her own," 50 Cent wrote in one of several Instagram posts on the matter. When it's clear the penalties have been far more extreme for African-American men, Simmons also took to social media after news of Winfrey's documentary went public. In a lengthy caption, he wrote, "Dearest Oprah, you have been a shining light to my family and my community, contributing so much to my life that I couldn't list a fraction of it in this blog. I have given you the gift of meditation and the groundbreaking book. The power of now. We bonded, to say the least. This is why it's so troubling that you choose me to single out in your recent documentary. I have already admitted to being a playboy, more appropriately titled today womanizer, sleeping with and putting myself in more compromising situations than almost any man I know. Not 8 or 14,000 like Warren Beatty or Wilt Chamberlain, but still an embarrassing number. So many that some could reinterpret or reimagine a different recollection of the same experiences. Please note that your producers said that this upcoming doc was to focus only on 3 hand-chosen women. I have refused to get in the mud with any accusers, but let's acknowledge what I have shared. I have taken and passed 9 3-hour lie detector tests, taken for my daughters, that these stories have been passed on by CNN, NBC, BuzzFeed, New York Post, New York Mag, and others. Now that you have reviewed the facts, and you should have learned what I know, that these stories are unusable and that hurt people hurt people. Today I received a call from an old girlfriend from the early 1980s, which means that they are using my words/evidence against me and their commitment/ all of the claims are 25 to 40 years old. It is impossible to prove what happened 40 years ago, but in my case, proof exists of what didn't happen. Mostly signed letters from their own parents, siblings, roommates, band members, interns, and in the case of 2 of your 3 accusers, their own words in their books. Shocking how many people have misused this important, powerful revolution for relevance and money. In closing, I am guilty of exploiting, supporting, and making the soundtrack for a grossly unequal society. But I have never been violent or forced myself on anyone. Still, I am here to help support a necessary shift in power and consciousness. Let us get to work on uplifting humanity and put this moment and old narrative behind us. Another person who has called out Oprah for allegedly being a sellout is Monique. In a heated open letter posted to Instagram, Monique criticized Oprah for her 2017 comments about Harvey Weinstein and the alleged disparity in how she has treated black men accused of similar crimes. The Precious actress shared a picture of herself with Oprah on Instagram, captioning it with a lengthy open letter that she felt compelled to write. She wrote, "Dear at Oprah, I felt compelled to write you this open letter after observing the disparity in the way that you seem to treat people who were accused of the same allegations. You did an interview on the CBS Morning Show and were asked about Harvey Weinstein by Norah O'Donnell, and you said as it pertained to him that you always try to look at the rainbow in the clouds, whatever is the silver lining. You also said if we make this all about Harvey Weinstein, then we have lost the moment." Monique criticized Oprah for the apparent double standard in her response to sexual assault allegations against Michael Jackson and Russell Simmons. She argued that Oprah seemed to fall short when it came to standing up for black men. For context, a recently resurfaced video from the Oprah Winfrey Show shows Oprah perpetuating negative black male stereotypes. In the video, she invited 3 black male guests, one of whom had dreadlocks, and allowed a caller to label him as scary. Now, that's not the worst part. After the heated exchange, Oprah dismissed the intellectual man's message and instead opted for a joke aimed at making the racist caller feel comfortable. Despite enabling such racist comments, Oprah too doesn't seem to tolerate discrimination when it is directed at her because of the color of her skin. For context, in 2013, while promoting her movie The Butler, Oprah disclosed in an interview with Larry King that she experienced what she called a racist moment in Zurich while attending Tina Turner's wedding. She recounted how a clerk at a high-end boutique refused to show her a handbag that cost more than some new cars. Shopping alone, she had entered what she described as a name-brand boutique, later identified in news reports as Trois Pommes. I say to the woman, "I would like to see that bag on the shelf," and she says, "No, that one's too expensive. I'll show you this one." And she proceeded to tell me how the bag was created for Jennifer Aniston, and I said, "No, I really want to see the black one. It was lizard or alligator. I'm sure it was expensive." A similar headline-generating incident occurred in Paris in 2005, when salespeople at the Hermès boutique on the fabled Rue du Faubourg Saint-Honoré refused to let Oprah in. They claimed she had arrived just after closing time and that the staff was preparing the store for a private presentation. Additionally, years ago, Winfrey recounted to King another experience she had while walking on Madison Avenue in New York with her hairdresser, Andre Walker. In high spirits after taking in a Broadway show, she spotted a sweater in a store window. Despite knocking, the store staff refused to open the door. Winfrey explained, "They wouldn't open the door, and they wouldn't open the door," Winfrey said. "I am not the person who pulls the race card, so I am like, wow, gee, do they see us out here?" Determined to understand the situation, she and Walker went across the street to find a phone and called the boutique. When they confirmed they were open, she informed them she was coming over. But still, no one recognized her, and the doors remained locked. "We had seen these 2 white women go in the store," Winfrey said. "Suddenly it dawns on both of us. Oh my God, I think we're having a racist moment." And it was. How does she know? Because, she said, she called the store later to complain and was told that 2 black people had robbed the store a week earlier, and They were afraid to open the door. When the store offered to send her the garment for free, she declined. I said, "Keep the sweater." This series of incidents underscores the persistent racial bias and discrimination Oprah faced, highlighting the complexities and contradictions in her public and personal experiences with race. Despite the drama and controversy surrounding her, Oprah managed to elevate her public image, garnering awards and praise for her charity work. In 2013, she even received the Presidential Medal of Freedom from President Obama, showcasing her resilience amidst the scandals and debates. However, despite seemingly avoiding the full consequences of her actions, one person who will never let her rest is 50 Cent. The rapper is determined to continue exposing what he perceives as her misdeeds until she is held accountable. That's it for today. See you in the next video. Until then, goodbye.